Federal agents are headed to Minnesota as protests following last week's deadly ICE shooting continue to grow. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says the additional agents are needed to ensure safety and order. National security correspondent Caitlin Berg joins us now with more. Caitlin, is there any new information about circumstances surrounding last week's events?
London Secretary Noem is doubling down that 37-year-old Renee Good committed an act of domestic terrorism. When questioned about how quickly she and other administration officials spoke out in favor of the agent involved while condemning Good, Noem responded that everything she said has been proven factual and true.
I have the responsibility as the Secretary of Homeland Security to know this information as soon as possible. Had just been in Minneapolis the day before, had already had conversations with officers on the ground and supervisors, and knew the facts, and decided that the department and the people of this country deserve to know the truth of the situation of what had unfolded in Minneapolis.
Homeland Security also released new footage from a different angle of events leading up to the shooting. The department maintains it proves Good was stalking and impeding a law enforcement operation. The video shows her blocking at least one lane of the street and ends when shots are fired.
She weaponized her vehicle to conduct an act of violence against a law enforcement officer. If you look at what the definition of domestic terrorism is, it completely fits the situation on the ground.
Lawmakers in Minnesota insist, however, that Good did not commit any offense and want the FBI to allow the state to conduct its own investigation.
Let's have the investigation in the hands of someone that isn't biased. Let's not have it exclusively run through the FBI at the federal government or the Department of Justice. Let's have it with the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension at the state level.
I have seen nothing in any of the eyewitness videos nor in any of the eyewitness reports from this tragic day that would suggest that she was in any way a threat to these officers. But again, this is why we need to have a fair and unbiased investigation, so we can gather all of the evidence and all of the information.
As protests against federal immigration enforcement continue in Minnesota, they're also spreading across the country.
Down with deportation.
But even with demonstrators taking to the streets from New York to Los Angeles, Noem says her agents aren't going anywhere.
We're going to keep doing our jobs. President Trump promised the American people that he would make America safe again. Criminal, illegal aliens in this country are going to be brought to justice under his administration.
Some Democrats have suggested holding up the DHS funding bill unless more guardrails are placed on agents and enforcement operations. Others going so far as to call for Secretary Noem's impeachment.